Madam Chair, we are live.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. I think, see, a few reminders. Don't forget to indicate your name by saying aye. And then where you are tuning in from during roll call, say your location. So I think we can start with the approval of the agenda. Do you have any changes?
I have no changes to the agenda.
All right, I will motion to approve the agenda.
Quinn will second that.
Excellent. I will do a roll call vote. Crouch.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Kruger.
Yes.
Houston. Walsh. Ray, are you there?
Yes.
Perfect. Yonkis
Yes.
and Greg. Okay, and with that, I will do a quick roll call vote. And as Chanel mentioned, if everyone could simply indicate that they are here and then the city or the county that they are tuning in from, that would be ideal. So Crouch.
Here, yes. And I'm tuning in from East Lansing.
Houston. Mr. Houston is not here yet. Kruger.
I'm here. Country East Lansing.
Quinn.
Here, East Lansing.
Walsh.
Here, East Lansing.
Yonkis.
Here, East Lansing.
Here in East Lansing.
And is Greg. Kroom and Muth. All right, Madam Chair, you have quorum.
Okay. On to 1.3, approval of the October 27th meeting minutes. I have looked at them and I motion to approve them.
I'll second.
Second.
And I will do a roll call vote for the approval of the October 27th meeting minutes. And I can just pull them up here quickly. Crouch.
Yes.
Kruger.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes.
Yonkis.
Yes.
And I believe Mr. Houston just joined us.
Yes, and I also approve the minutes.
Perfect, thank you. The meeting minutes pass.
Sweet. Does Justin need to tell you where he is?
Oh yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Justin, could you simply indicate where you are logging in from for the record per our new Zoom policies?
I am currently on the phone driving back from my polling location, and I'm about 2 minutes from my house. I'm in East Lansing right now.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Alrighty. Consideration to limit public comment to 2 minutes.
Okay, I know that you guys have probably heard me share this with you about 30 times, but per the city attorney's recommendation, it is the advice of that office that we limit public comment to 2 minutes per individual, simply because we are conducting these meetings via Zoom due to the presence of coronavirus in the community. And I'm happy to answer any questions, or you can entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I will conduct a roll call vote. Crouch.
Yes.
Kruger.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes.
Yonkers,
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Excellent. Madam Chair, I am not seeing anyone that has called in. However, you still need to obviously formally open it up for public hearing. And if any other board members had anything aside from the agenda items, now would be the appropriate time to share those.
Okay, we can open it up. Oh, is there anybody that wants to talk for 2 minutes? No? Okay, guess we'll close it.
All right.
On to 3.1, the treasurer's report.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the second page first, as I often do. You did have some business as usual in terms of the direct order salaries and benefits that support our two DMB coordinator positions, which are Gabby and Marissa, in addition to the computer rental. We did do some reprinting of the downtown masks required PDFs that businesses could place within their windows or their doorways. We did a couple of domain renewals that allows us to keep like the East Lansing Buzz information that we need online. A lot of our new expenditures this past month were related to the Great Pumpkin Photo Contest that I'm going to share information with you about, but related to like a selfie station, so like a backdrop that people could use. We had some posters. We also purchased some stencils for the like wear your mask spray painting that has been throughout the downtown. If you have not seen it or is not near you and you would like it near your business location, let me know, because we have tried to chalk all 6 blocks in all of those areas, in addition to West Grand River, so over by Crunchies, for example. You are aware that we held the special board meeting just a week ago, actually, in regards to the installation of holiday garland and bows. So you do have a pending charge for that for $8,492 with Shine Lighting. And then you did approve the additional garland and wreaths for $2,503.20. And obviously we're working with Piper and Gold on a public relations campaign as well. So those are the current expenditures. All told, actual year to date, the DMB is still expecting to, essentially have $64,463.86 come in. And I'll caveat that by the finance department has already booked us with the 44,407. So we know that that's going to be coming in. So you're really looking at about $24,000 more coming in for revenue that's anticipated. And then, in terms of sort of outstanding expenditures to date, you have about $37,574.34. The majority of that is related to holiday decorations and the contract agreement with Piper and Gold. I am happy to answer any questions you might have. I know we also reviewed this at full subcommittee levels this month, but please let me know if you have any questions.
Anyone? No? Okay. 4.1, consideration to enter into an agreement with Yiftee for adoption of downtown East Lansing gift card program.
Yes, so I have asked, I believe she pronounces it Raquel, but I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, from Yiftee to join us today to just share a little bit of information about the community card. The Business Relations Committee met a couple of weeks ago regarding the community card, and we're very interested in, kind of further looking into it. The good news from a downtown management board perspective is that, it's really of no cost to the DMB. So I think that that's of good interest. So I am going to invite Raquel to speak. I know that in your packet materials, there was information, there's a presentation and then 10 steps for activation, but I think that she is actually going to share some information with you separate from that. So I'm going to turn it over to her. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hey, thank you. Hey, everyone. Can I share my screen? Is that possible?
I think you should be able to now.
Okay,
Can you try now? Is it working?
Oh, yeah, let me try it out. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I just want to, perfect. I just want to make sure.
1 second, I'll turn it on now. So I'm going to try to run over this quickly because I know that you guys are limited on time. My name is Raquel. I work with Yiftee. We're an electronic gift card provider, founded in 2012. And initially, we started with single location merchants and gift cards for single individual businesses. And then we noticed that there was a need for community-wide programs. So we started off 2020 with 30 community cards across the US. And now we're up to over 120 different community cards around the US that are bringing tons of local revenue back into their local businesses. And this is especially working during the COVID-19. The gift card process, the setup is super quick, it's super easy, and we can have you guys set up by Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, and holiday shopping. So I'm gonna show you guys a page. Here it is. So once you sign up for Yiftee, we get this portal created for you in 24 hours. This is Mason, Ohio. They've been with us since March, and they've been doing really well. Over $50,000 back in local revenue, just doing really well. This is the gift card link that you guys would share on your website, on your Facebook, that the merchants and businesses would share as well. And this is where people go to buy your gifts. As you can see, there's a little map down here where all the locations, Mason has about 60 something locations, 76. All the locations appear. You guys have complete control over what locations are in community gift card program. That's super important because you don't want maybe businesses that sign that aren't within your city or aren't within your town. We don't want chains unless you guys want that, but we try to really support local businesses. And the gift card is only going to work at these specific local businesses that sign up. So we get all the time, we see people trying to redeem their gifts at Amazon, and it makes us really happy that they can't do it because this is about supporting local businesses. So buying the gift is super easy. There's no special app required. Nobody has to download anything. They just select a gift card amount right here on the website. They can do it through their phones. And there is no charge to the organizers, which is you guys, and no charge to the merchants. The merchants just pay their regular credit card fees. And the way that Yiftee gets paid is we charge this delivery fee to the people buying. So it's $1 plus 5% of the gift card amount. And you can see that that changes when you pick a new amount. We also may charge a $3 a month inactivity fee. That is when people haven't used their gift cards for 12 consecutive months. We charge this $3 inactivity fee that gets deducted from people's gift cards, but we're not evil about it. We send out a bunch of email reminders telling people to use their gifts because at the end of the day, our main goal is for these gifts to get redeemed and money to go into local businesses. So those are the only fees. There's no extra fees for merchants, no fees to participate, no monthly subscriptions, nothing like that. So this is what it looks like up front. When you buy a gift, you can deliver it by email, phone number, or print for hand delivery. The print for hand delivery is great if you're doing stocking stuffers or wedding gifts that people want to put inside a nice card. You can do bulk orders up to $1 to $99. And if you spend over $500, we have a special discount for you. So that's especially good now with holiday shopping. We're really encouraging our communities to take advantage of these companies and corporations that want to gift their employees. The good thing about the community card program is that the card that people purchase works at all these different businesses. They don't have to decide where they're going to use it when you gift the gift card. So a boss is gifting his employees, and he doesn't have to worry about whether they drink coffee or they, like Thai food or whatever. So it's one card for all of these different businesses. So it works really well for Christmas gifts, holiday gifts, all of that. When we create your account, you're going to get this back-end portal where you'll be able to see how many people are visiting your page. You'll be able to see, let me see, reports, the gift card sold, gift redeemed, stuff like that. Filter by date redeemed. So when you see these reports, this is the gift cards that have been redeemed in Mason, Ohio. And you guys can send individual reports by hitting distribute report to the individual merchants so that they see the money that they're making. And then the other merchants won't be able to see it in the report. So this is the last week in Mason, Ohio, all the gift cards that were redeemed. You'll also be able to see your locations. The way that merchants sign up, here it is. The way that merchants sign up, we encourage you guys to create kind of a wish list, which you may already have. You may already have a list of merchants and businesses in your city. You can upload it via CSV, and then we automatically send activation cards. This is what they look like for the merchants to run. And once, all they have to do is process this just like a phone order. They enter in the number. And once they process that, they show up as live here. And they show up on this little map over here. So it's super simple for merchants, which I guess the main legwork on your guys' end would be to get the merchants to sign up. All you have to do is get them to run this activation card. And you also have to edit and make your page look beautiful by uploading your pictures and all of that. Those are the two main areas that you guys would have to put in the work. The rest, the merchants, everything gets run smoothly and the merchants get paid once the gifts are redeemed. The other thing I wanted to show you before I open it up for questions, I'm trying to go fast because I know you guys don't have a lot of time. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, this is from Fayetteville in North Carolina. They're doing this bonus gift card program, and this has worked really, really well. If you guys can find city funds or private sponsors to give you some money, Mason, Ohio, for example, that has done so well, they started with $5,000 of sponsorships. If you guys can find funds or sponsorships so that you can create a buy one, get one program, or we have other ones that are like, buy $50 and we'll give you a matching $50. That works really well to bring attention to your gift card program because people love free money. And it just brings the awareness, and initially, like right off the bat, gets you guys selling gift cards. So besides creating the gift card program and your guys' portal and all of that, we encourage you to reach out to sponsors so that you can do these kinds of buy one, get ones, and so that you guys can, you know, get into corporate gifting and have people gifting your gift card to all of their employees. We're going to send you materials. We're going to send you email outreach materials, templates. We have some holiday outreach materials as well to get you guys started. And we have 24-hour support. And if you guys decide to sign up, which hopefully you do, I'll be setting everything up for you, and I'm always available to talk or to help you run through everything regarding Yiftee gift cards. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions.
Do the merchants this just gets run through like a regular credit card? Like,
Yep.
Okay.
It gets run through a regular credit card, yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions?
So Raquel, is it
So
whether it's Visa or MasterCard, it doesn't matter, it just gets run?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let me show you what it looks like.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just, I don't know if you can see. Can you see this little redeeming your e-gifts from phones? This thing that I just pulled up?
No.
No.
I stopped sharing and share again. For some reason, it won't let me do my whole desktop. Oh, here it is. Okay, so check this out. So this is what it looks like when people receive a gift via text message. Can you see that?
Yes.
So when somebody sends you a gift via text message, you'll get a little notification. Donna has sent you a gift. And then the person writes a message. This one says demo. And then once they click view gift voucher, this is what comes up. And this is what the merchants are going to key in. It's a MasterCard, but yeah, it works with any POS system that accepts cards.
so we can see exactly how much is left on the card, for example, where it says like max 25. So if somebody wanted to come to a restaurant and they had a $20 tab and they wanted to tip $5, for example, we would know that that's the max that would be on there.
Exactly. The card gets actualized, the online version gets actualized. So while people spend, this will say 20 and it'll say 13 and all of that. We can obviously actualize the printed gift cards. So we recommend that the merchants run these gifts while the people are in the store to make sure that there's sufficient funds. If there aren't sufficient funds, it's just like splitting a check between two cards or two payment methods. You can use the gift card to pay and then whatever else to pay. And something else that's important is you don't have to spend it all in one place. So you have a $25 gift card and you want to use 15 for coffee, and then you want to use the rest to go get your nails done. Whatever, you can use it on as many merchants as you want, as long as they're participating merchants in your program.
Then I'm assuming that the merchants would just be charged the regular MasterCard fee, for example,
Yeah,
on there and whatever.
Exactly.
Okay, any other questions?
I had one other quick one. So Raquel, you had talked about how, like, for example, if we decided to do a promo, so let's say it's, you know, buy $50 and get $25 towards, you know, in BOGO. How is that set up on the back end? So in other words, or do you work with me? So like if I came to you and I said, okay, we've entered into this contract agreement, the downtown management board wants to throw, you know, $2,000 towards this sort of promo. Are you able to like through computer programming, just kind of divide that out automatically, or does that have to be manually input, or how does that work?
So the bonus gift programs and all of that is directly dealt with. Oh, what did I just do? Is directly dealt with our CEO. She, it's a separate contract that you deal with her, Donna Nowitzki. I don't know if you talked to her before. And yeah, you guys pay, you send the funds over via ACH or check. And then we set that up and you'll have funds, and that's where the money gets taken out of for the bonus gifts.
Thank you. Those are all my questions.
Anybody else?
You can use MasterCard, I mean, American Express and Discover as well. Is that correct?
No, it's just a MasterCard, what the merchants will enter. But you can use any form of payment to purchase the gift. Yeah. Well, besides cash, any form of card.
Okay, but it goes, then this would be redeemed only by MasterCard though, right?
What gets sent to the people, to the gift recipients is a MasterCard, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? I think we're all set then.
Awesome. Well, let me know if you guys need anything else, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much, Raquel.
Have a good one.
You too. Okay, well, that's cool.
Okay, so she has logged off, so she can obviously view via video if she prefers, but she is not able to speak anymore. So I guess that, you know, the Business Relations Committee was kind of excited about this because there was no cost to the DMB. If you were interested in it, then I think that the next step for consideration would be if you would like for me to send paperwork to the city attorney's office to review for a possible contract agreement. Or you could certainly, you know, have further discussion about this at future meetings, or just pass, obviously.
I think it sounds super cool and we should do it. But I'm
I
open.
agree. Is that a formal proposal? I think, yeah. I mean, I would support, you know, getting legal involved and reviewing any contracts needed and moving forward on it. I think it sounds like a great opportunity.
Sounds like exactly what we've been looking for.
Exactly.
Do we vote on this or like?
Yes, so let me bring up the, I think that the motion for consideration, but you would obviously need a motion would be to enter into a contract agreement with Yiftee for the adoption of a downtown East Lansing community card, pending review of all legal documents by the city attorney's office.
Were you trying to say something, Ray?
You'll go ahead. Don't worry about it. Thanks.
Okay. I'll motion that we enter into an agreement with them for this program.
Is there a second?
Second.
I'll second.
Crouch,
Yes.
Kruger,
Yes.
Quinn,
Yes.
Walsh,
Yes.
Yonkis,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
and Greg. I believe Councilmember Greg just joined.
I did. I only caught the tail end, but everyone seems enthusiastic, so I'll vote yes.
And Councilmember Greg, could you just share for us where you're logging in for the record?
Yes, I'm attending virtually from East Lansing, Michigan.
Thank you. All right, well, that motion passes. So I will forward on the contract information to the city attorney's office, and I will certainly keep you updated at future subcommittee levels, but hopefully the city attorney's office will agree to the terms, and we'll keep you updated because I'm sure that you're all interested in trying to launch it before the holidays.
Would it be beneficial to right now have a discussion on if we wanted to do any sort of a match? Or is that something we should wait?
No, I think that's certainly prudent if you would like to.
I mean, I'd rather get this going sooner than later. if
Sure, because at the subcommittee level, you can only approve 500. So,
Yeah.
if
So I
you,
don't want to wait till like December 3rd. That's like
sure,
super late. So
sure.
Yeah. Would this be like I feel like the Small Business Saturday promo would be kind of interesting. You know, like building up to the week of that, you know, Small Business Saturday, and then, you know, something like for Black Friday. So
we'd have to approve funds now.
right.
So, I mean, I think we can discuss in the business relations meeting, unless we want to do it now, I don't care. How, like exactly what that promo looks like. Like, is it $25 for this and how is it running and all kind of the details of that? Because I think we might need to get more information from the CEO, she said. I don't know. But if we at least approve the dollar amount, that then can be more refined. I don't know. Do we have, where would these funds come from? Do you think?
Sure. So you currently have funds available in your contract services / marketing line item of the budget. So I might recommend that you consider some funding there. Let me show you, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So, you know, for holiday, specific to Green Friday and Winter Glow, I know that at the last board meeting, there was discussion that you were not interested in sort of an event, but that you might be interested in supporting like the market that we're going to talk about in a minute, and or other activities. So you had budgeted $3,000 towards like Green Friday, Winter Glow that have not been expended in another area. So that's $3,000 there. You also have only expended about to date $5,000 of like a $9,000 DMB event budget. So I would say to you, you know, that's $7,000 right there. You know, there's other promo campaigns. So, you know, I don't know quite how much you guys want to spend. Perhaps 7 to 10 might, you know, be fairly comfortable. Maybe you want to start with 7 and see how it goes. But that would be kind of my recommendation at this time.
I have a question real quick. Will the intent of this to be to market it, let me rephrase that. Are we going to be offering this to all businesses in the downtown, or are we looking to just do it mainly towards non-corporate chain, you know, whatever, small businesses, local businesses?
Are you meaning to
And then
like,
also there's always,
sorry,
Go ahead.
our district, how many chains are in the DMB specific district?
I would need to research that for you. I don't have a good number to date, I would say, but I would say conservatively, probably at least 40. So I think in terms of Mike's question, certainly, you know, because you are collecting the special assessment, I personally believe pretty strongly that you should offer the incentive to all of the businesses to participate. You know, I only think that that's fair. And that's how we've conducted business in the past.
I don't disagree with that. I didn't know if there were strong feelings either way, I guess, than anybody. But,
so perhaps it would be an
I
incentive
wonder-
for Small Business Saturday and, you know, through Black Friday or holidays. Maybe we just pose it as holiday promotion.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's opportunity there though to say that you can do, and maybe this is the question for the CEO, but I think, for Small Business Saturday, yeah, you may restrict that to saying like, we're not, the promotional, that you can use a card, you can buy a gift card for the downtown, a community card, and use it anywhere in the downtown district that, is a part of the program, but then maybe you don't get a match. I don't know how to do that. I
don't think
guess
you'd be able to
I don't
do
think you can do that. Yeah, I was gonna say like if you do Small Business Saturday, you would probably want to restrict them from like shopping at Starbucks or something like that, I guess, and go to a local coffee shop or something something alternative to that. But I don't know how you would feasibly
I
do
agree
that.
with that, but I think that could just be our marketing should just be tailored, that we created this, so like we're not going to stop Starbucks from signing up. I don't know if Starbucks would sign up. I don't know what our relationship is with.
They sell their own promotional card. They would probably just.
That's what I would assume, that most places like Target are going to push their own Target card, their own gift card, so they're not going to sign up for it anyways. I mean, getting them to participate is going to be a pain in the butt anyways. So if they don't, they don't.
It's just a form of payment, though. It doesn't actually do anything for the business. So
yeah, I don't think they'd want to be
really
limited out of the market. If someone comes downtown to shop for holidays and they have this community card, I don't think they want to be, limited.
Yeah, it's a lot of hoops to get Target corporate to accept something.
That's true.
I mean, Target does want people to shop with their credit card. So, but regardless, I don't know if any of those places would jump right on the sign up of it anyway, because it's you have to get it to the right person for them. I don't even know if they read the emails from DMB, I don't know for all of them. I think that our marketing of this card would be intended to support your businesses in downtown, your small businesses in downtown. This way you can go buy a coffee at Blue Owl and then go out to lunch wherever and then go shopping where, that would be like our kind of our marketing, like make an afternoon of Small Business Saturday and support your local businesses. But I think it has to be open to everybody that pays our tax, our fee. And I don't want it like where I was getting at was I wasn't sure if Mike was asking like, are we going to open it up to the DDA district? And I don't want to do that. I just want our district.
So then that takes away the opportunity to probably ask the DDA for money to do it. Because that was going to be another suggestion. But if we want to just fund it ourselves, that's fine.
I mean, I would prefer to start smaller and see, I don't know, whatever, I'm open to ideas. I would just prefer to not go so big and try and help our merchants first. And then if it's really successful and it's taking off and people want more and it's still going to help, maybe we want to do more matches, we can always expand it. But I think starting it with downtown businesses, but I'm open to any other opinions on that.
Is it just going to be marketed through the other avenues that we do, Instagram, Facebook, that kind of stuff?
I would
My recommendation, any marketing we do would certainly be on our dime. I will say that I just ran some quick numbers. So let's pretend that we told people, like if they bought $50, we matched it. Okay, that's a huge BOGO. But, if we allocated $3,000 and all of that went towards, a BOGO, that would be 60 people. So I think personally that's pretty significant. So maybe if you were interested, you could say up to $3,000. The motion could be up to $3,000 towards marketing and, promotion of the gift card program.
What I was going to say about marketing, I think the businesses that participate that do not have their own gift card programs will also market it themselves as well. Like you can come support us through this gift card that doesn't limit you just our, they're going to advertise it. So it's not just us, only us with skin in the game. All the businesses that participate, I'm sure, would advertise it. But B, I also think that there are a lot of community groups in East Lansing right now that want to figure out a better way to support downtown East Lansing, because I received an email from, I have to call her back, but I received an email from our HOA president in my neighborhood, and they were apparently trying to come up with something that the neighborhood could organize as a way to support downtown businesses through outreach and stuff like that. So it's something that like, I feel like you could get small community groups to advertise for free too. So like they would, put it out to all of our the households in our neighborhoods, things like that. So I think that there are other ways to advertise this because I think people want to help. So I think there's a bunch of free advertising that we could also find outside of paid advertising for this. So does anybody have an opinion on a dollar amount?
I mean, I think we can always increase it if we identify that there's a need to do so. So we don't necessarily have to allocate a ton right now. I don't disagree with, like, 3,500, 4,000, something like that to start off and see where it goes. And then when it's, close to being used up, I'm assuming we'll have that monitored and we can always make a motion to increase that if we think there's value. It looked like there was a lot of good reporting, so I imagine we can get updates pretty regularly on how it's performing and what's being spent downtown, which will actually give us some decent idea of the value here. But since we're not spending a lot of money to actually implement it, I think over time marketing will take care of itself. I wonder if a question that I didn't get to ask when she was on the phone, but now that we're talking about kind of the marketing of this, what kind of marketing materials we would then be able to provide to the businesses to maybe put up in their window clings or things like that to say we're a part of this. So I assume that there's probably some marketing goodies that the businesses can have even up in their windows to say we're a part of the Yiftee program. So that as you walk through downtown and you have this Yiftee card, like, you can kind of see before you can walk into a place, like, oh, that place takes the card that I just got for Christmas, or, oh, for my Black Friday spending, like, I can go there, So I think that might be an interesting, something to think about, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, if they don't have it, that's something I think we could definitely produce ourselves. Jesse?
Yes, sorry.
I'm sure that they have it.
Sorry that I joined late, but I just wanted to make sure that I understand what we're talking about. This is essentially like if people purchase a certain amount, we match a certain amount. Or
Yeah,
it's like buy 10, get 5.
No,
like,
it's they purchase. So there's a special way that you can do a BOGO, or it can be, she said it could be a variety of different things. You can set it up however you want, but like the example she gave was you spend 50, you get 25 free dollars.
mhm.
So like I buy you a $50 gift card, you actually get 75.
Okay. So
And
I think,
we-
in terms of like supporting the downtown businesses, I think, I guess it's kind of important to know what that match would be if we're going to set it at a certain amount. Like if it's buy 10, get 5, is it 2 for 1 no matter what dollar amount you get, or is it certain specific amounts? Because I guess it just like that would really change the number of people that could be involved with it. So I think the dollars are very important as well, but just getting more people downtown is the other kind of critical and important part of it. So I think, to me, if we dedicate like 3,500, but then we're only matching like $10 of each purchase, it goes farther. Is that like, did I express that correctly, I guess?
Yeah.
I think we would probably lift the match up to, like, I think when we said $50, that seemed a little high for me.
Yeah.
Go online. If I'm buying someone a gift card, I'm going to do it anyway. And then my assumption is that they would probably do it in the incentive. You need to find that like happy medium of incentive to say like, yeah, I'm willing to do this because I get X dollars for free for doing this. That's great. I was going to kind of do it anyway, but that's like, it pushes me over that hump of purchasing. Makes that decision a little easier. So I think anywhere above $10 probably gets you there because it's enough value. If you find a $10 bill, you're super excited. You find a couple dollars, you're probably not as excited. So it has to be somewhere above 5, 10 times reasonable. 25 is not bad, but I don't know the flexibility without talking with the CEO. But it sounded like that's the way we had to go.
Yeah.
Of maybe setting like maybe if you do over $100, you get $25. Maybe if you do under $100, you get $10. So that way there's also incentive to tier up. The reason I don't think it's a match of percent. So
Jesse, I think the reason I was saying to wait to figure out the details until the business relations meeting is because the girl didn't have very much information on how we could do that she said we had to talk to the CEO. So I just figured it, because the business relations committee can only do $500, and I don't want to wait until December to do some sort of match. I think I trust the business relations committee and whoever wants to attend that meeting to kind of nail down. But I think all these points are really good to remember for that discussion.
Well, I think the 3,500 amount seems like a nice kind of place to start. I like it more as 350 people getting $10 matches than, 100 people getting $35 matches. Just because there's, bodies, and we're assuming that they'll buy other things when they come downtown and support multiple businesses. But I think that seems within our budget, and it's definitely, an incentive. So it would be a good way to kind of workshop it and see if it's going to be supported.
And I don't think we'll go through $3,500 before our next meeting. So if magically we advertise this over Black Friday and all of it is almost gone, we can always readjust really fast, because we'll have a meeting soon after this launches. So I'll make a motion for $3,500 to go towards, I would like to not limit the motion to just being match money until we can figure out, I want business relations to, I don't know if this is possible, but have business relations kind of dictate how it gets spent towards this program, but either match or marketing, or like say we save $500 to advertise or whatever, $3,500 to be intended to use in the implementation. And I would say that the match is advertising. So, in getting this going, either in match or marketing funds.
I second that. And I think I understand that, the motion is to take the funds, and then business relations committee basically has authority within those funds to determine the, marketing funds that are required, plus the match funds that are required in order to execute and get this rolling, without having to come back to the board to, dictate this is how much we're able to provide for the match versus, administrative funds to be able to actually get it up and running, to market it, all of that, which I think is feasible. So I support that. I second that.
Okay, I will conduct a roll call vote. Crouch.
Yes.
Kruger.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes.
Yonkus.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Greg.
Yes.
The motion passes. Excellent. And I think those on business relations, you can probably expect to receive an email from me, seeing if we can meet earlier this month than normal, so that we can try to hammer out these details more quickly. If that works for
My
you.
suggestion for that would be like the $10 free for every 25 purchase. I was just going to say that during discussion, but I'm going to get it.
Okay.
I like the idea also of if we're able to do 2 levels.
Okay. So I will get in touch with business relations to learn of your attendance, and then I will also reach out to the CEO, Donna. I have had a conversation with her separately from the presentation today to see if perhaps she's available to join us, or at least certainly get specific information from her about what is available to us for promotions.
Perfect. Okay, 4.2.
Okay, so at the last Business Relations Committee meeting, Adam Cummins actually spoke a little bit about all of the business support programming we have been doing downtown. And I just essentially wanted to provide the entire board with a very abbreviated update on, what we are thinking, in particular towards a holiday market concept. So if you were to, I'm going to make light of it, but if you were to look at my hair really closely, you would see some red paint in it, because yesterday I was in the MAC garage painting triangles for vendor market stalls. Yeah, that's right. It's all inclusive here for your DMV staff. So anyway, so we know at this time, given the funding that we have, that we are going to work on a holiday market concept. We know that we're going to have a market on November 22nd. It's going to be a pop-up holiday market. We believe that a lot of the vendors that are at the East Lansing Farmers Market are also going to be at that November 22nd market. In the perfect world right now, it is anticipated that we will also hold 2 markets in December. We also anticipate reaching out to other businesses. So for this particular market, it is not going to have the same requirements as the farmers market. In other words, if there are other, like if if a restaurant wants to, for example, have a booth at this market, and perhaps, meet all of the Ingham County Health Department guidelines to share, to sell food, that would be a possibility. Or if there was a craft vendor, for example, all of those are going to sort of be open to the existing brick and mortar businesses. There is going to be no fee for businesses to participate, but certainly we're going to ask for a commitment, so sort of a contract indicating that they're willing to participate. So what we're talking about right now is really going to be in the MAC garage. So that is the one underneath the Marriott. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. This, can everybody see this? See these triangles? This is what we worked on and painted. So it just kind of gives you a highlight of, what we are working on conceptually. Other items, if this goes well and some other funding is secured that are being discussed, are actually the possible shutdown temporarily of like Albert Avenue, again, closer to the Marriott area. And perhaps we have some, areas where there could be vending outside as well. So I just kind of wanted to give you an abbreviated update, and there's a couple of photos, if I can find them, of what that might look like. So this is obviously an architectural rendering, but this would include some additional pedestrian areas, some parklets if you were. Here is an example of like a business chalet that could be placed outside if we wanted to. So first is first, I guess. We know that we're going to do the pop-up farmers market. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to see how Caleb feels about us using his parking garage. She's smiling, and see how that goes from a safety perspective, from an interest perspective. We are hoping that it will do well, certainly. Adam Cummins is going to provide a detailed update to City Council very soon. So they are going to also hear about all of this. To date, the Downtown Development Authority has provided funding in the total amount of $75,000 towards the winter market concept. So that is where the initial funding is coming from. We are not asking the DMB today for any specific funding. I think I might have mentioned that a moment ago, but please know that requests might be made soon to kind of see if that is something that the DMB might be willing to support. Does anybody have any questions for me? Adam apologizes, he couldn't make it. He's in another meeting right now, but I don't know if all of you had some time to glance at it ahead of time, but we just wanted to provide you with kind of a quick detailed update on what we're up to and what we're thinking, and that we hope that this is received well by the community. So.
I think it's awesome. I think what he presented made a lot of sense. The packet was, well detailed. I mean, it seems like he's really, the whole team, but I mean, really it seems like it will create a positive vibe in the downtown, which is what we've, kind of really been looking for, as we have different conversations, and it seems like that's actually happening, and there's a lot of really neat ideas. So implementation, execution of those ideas is really key. I think there were a lot of questions brought up about just how the feel would be. But I think some of the visualizations there, help. And I think some of the, when you read the descriptions of what the plan is, I think, it's better than what we have today. And it offers a little bit of additional downtown experience. So, I'm all for that.
Did you say there are people who have already committed to it?
Yes. It is my understanding that several of the East Lansing Farmers Market vendors have already committed to being at the November 22nd market. Yes. And I think that our next step is Carla Forrest Hewlett is our farmers market manager. She is planning to work with me to then now extend an invitation out to our brick and mortar businesses. So not the normal farmers market vendors, to see if they are interested in also having a stall.
All righty. Looks great.
Quick question?
Sure.
The amount that the DDA committed to was approximately half of Adam's initial budget, right? So I think Adam had a really ambitious, and I think, it's appropriate to be ambitious at this point, plan for the downtown. I know that this will probably be coming to council for some additional funds. So I think just, what Amy said about the possibility of some funding being requested in the future. I think it's probably a good idea for this group to think about that and kind of think about what would be appropriate in terms of supporting that plan, because it is sort of, it's been funded, but it's been funded at not a high level compared to what was planned, I guess. And so I think I don't have any concern that what is being done will be like not enough, I guess. There's enough money to do some really good things, and it's not like it will be spread thin. It will just kind of more be concentrated in pockets. But there's already a plan that involves more of downtown, I guess, is what I was going for with that. So just with the idea of kind of keeping an eye ahead towards what funding could come and where that might come from, I think would be appropriate.
Yeah, I think we were just kind of waiting to see how this played out a little bit longer, and then took a really deep dive maybe at the next meeting into what that can look like from us based upon how things kind of play out in other places. So I think moving on to 4.3.
Yes, so the marketing committee actually received a proposal from MacDonald Broadcasting for the possibility of purchasing some radio advertisements. This came about because apparently MacDonald has been working with some other municipalities, specifically the Principal Shopping District for DeWitt, and providing some incentives for them. So the proposal before you, and let me be clear, the marketing committee isn't necessarily sanctioning this, but they wanted to sort of share it with you for consideration, would be the purchase of 320 60-second radio ads at the total cost of $2,400. If you would like, I am happy to try to pull up quickly sort of the radio ad for DeWitt, or I could email it to you all if you're interested in kind of hearing it. What they do for the radio ad in DeWitt, though, is they simply kind of say, like, for example, they had one for the football season, and it was like, come support your hometown football season and, support our downtown businesses. I think for those ads, though, they named like, 10 businesses, and we certainly have more businesses than that. So I think that we would try to draw people to downtown EO, in the webpage. So I just wanted to present it to you. The reason it's kind of coming before you now is because the question of the marketing committee was whether or not it could, that if we decided to purchase these ads, whether or not those could sort of have a holiday messaging and be, booked and created and sort of have a, support downtown EL messaging. And the response from MacDonald Broadcasting was yes, but the sooner that you book it, obviously, the better, so that they can get production going. So I am happy to answer any questions you might have. And I don't know if this is something that really interests the board, or if you would like to pass.
I guess I'll just kind of state my personal prejudice against radio advertising. I don't ever listen to the radio, and so that probably informs that. And 2,400 seems like a lot compared to some of the other things that we've planned that are a similar budget, but maybe there's a lot more radio than I'm aware of.
Yeah, I thought we kind of had discussed being done with radio like a couple of years ago. I would rather spend $2,400 on promoting these gift cards when money actually goes back to the businesses than doing something on the radio.
Agreed.
Unless somebody has some data that shows that our, the people who are coming downtown, or that, radio advertising is gonna drive that activity. I just don't think that's the case. So yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I was not provided with any data of that nature from MacDonald. Just to share that with you.
Alrighty. Let's move on.
Move on then.
Great Pumpkin photo contest.
Okay, so the Great Pumpkin photo contest ended. It actually ended November 1st at midnight. I did a very quick preview before I got online with you today, and it appears that there have been 93 photos that were submitted. So I would consider that a pretty good response, pretty good turnout. A couple people just submitted one, a couple, several people submitted 5, so they're in the running. So if you recall, during the September board meeting, I had created a rubric that the board was supportive of in terms of voting on the winners. I wanted to touch base and circle back to this because we just haven't finalized who might determine the winners specifically from a board member perspective. So I didn't know if this was something that you just wanted to refer to the marketing committee or the business relations committee. Personally, as staff, I think that I would appreciate it if we had a couple board members, vote and it just not be entirely staff.
I mean, I feel like I don't want to, these people probably are like, should get their stuff. So, do we just want to like have people volunteer and just like you email all the pictures and just pick the winner? Like they send their opinion? I don't know. Like, let's just,
Yeah.
Can you narrow it down at all?
yeah. You like,
Okay, maybe you'd prefer staff to narrow it down to like what we're envisioning. And then I think that per Open Meetings Act, we should probably meet, to determine the winners, just to vote on the winners. But
wait, we all have to, or can
have
like,
to narrow it down to, let me think. So there's 11 photos. So there's 8 honorable mentions and then 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place. Does that make sense to everybody? So there's 11 photos that will be winners of the 93. Would you perhaps want staff to narrow it down to 22? You know what I'm saying? And then
sure, that's fine, but do we all have to vote on this? Is it?
No.
So like,
I guess my point is, I think that it's really, I think that my point is either you could do like an ad hoc subcommittee and we could just have a quick meeting, right? Let's say staff narrows it down to 22 or 30 or whatever you decide. And then I would either recommend that you have like a volunteer group that meets, or it might be more prudent to just have marketing or business relations do it and just do a vote that way.
I don't think anybody's sitting on pins and needles waiting for these gift cards to come in. So just do it at the next subcommittee meeting and
yeah, marketing.
narrow it down for us if you don't mind. Marketing, yeah. I'll be absent.
Sure. And how many would you like us to narrow it down to? 20, 30? How many you guys want?
21 and a half, if you could.
21 and a half, Mr. Kruger. Thank you so much. Can't wait. Okay. Okay. So we'll narrow it down to double.
Good.
We'll have all the other photos ready. We'll post them in the packet ahead of time so that you all have time to really think about them. And we'll narrow it down so that you guys can then determine the winners. And we'll do it at the next marketing committee meeting. Okay. All right. Actually, perhaps maybe a motion to have the marketing committee determine the winners might be appropriate here. If I could have a motion for that.
Marketing committee.
So moved.
Second.
I will do a roll call vote. Crouch.
Yes.
Kruger.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes.
Yonkis.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Greg.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, we will narrow it down for you, and marketing committee, you can get excited and sharpen your pens and pencils and determine the winners. So I will say this, we have had one applicant already call me about winners.
See,
So.
they are waiting, Mike. Okay.
Just one, but she's excited. She called me before she submitted too. So this individual is excited, which is good.
It'll be a nice surprise then. How about that?
I'll call her back and let her know that you guys are working on it. Okay. Downtown EO campaign updates from Piper Gold. Bear with me. I think I'm going to try to screen share this for just a minute to see if I can. Essentially, Kate had just sent me a couple of updates that I am also happy to share with you, but they are planning to launch within the next couple of days. I think that they were thinking a lot of their programming for the first couple of weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, would focus on like hey, congratulations to like the photo contest winners. There could be a nod for that. In addition to kind of the programming we had done before about like, continue to stay safe, support the downtown during football games, but do it in a safe way, mask up, that kind of stuff. And then I think that some of the, next couple of weeks timing would be more about, supporting the downtown for holiday shopping and things of that nature.
Yeah, so are you going to reach out to them to tell them about this business card thing, and maybe they can
Yes.
do a little mini proposal to business relations on what they think would be best for us to do?
Yes, to launch it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. I will put that in. So I think that the long and short of it is that, they're planning to launch in the next week or so, that we are going to continue to have programming. They're going to work on social. They're going to work on networking. They're also going to do sort of media support. So to your point, Chanel, I think the gift card program, for example, once we're up and launched, they were going to reach out to, the media. So like TV6 and, Fox 47 and all those to kind of let them know. They're also working on personalized stories with the downtown. Which reminds me, I know that several board members might have received an email from myself and Gabby and Marissa about kind of sharing your personal stories. So if you have not responded to that, if you can do that, we're also going to give that opportunity to all the businesses as a whole to, again, kind of put that personal touch on, what have businesses been experiencing? How are they trying to, keep people safe during COVID, that kind of thing. So put that personal business touch there. I can go ahead and send a reminder after today as well. But that is a very abbreviated version. And I'm gonna bring back up the agenda.
Yeah, I'd want them really to focus on this gift card thing, because I think it can be super, that's like one of the best things we have going for this group for downtown.
Okay. All right. Well, if others have any ideas, please let me know. I will go ahead and forward on the email, the basic proposal ideas or to all of you from Crate, and please just feel free to share with staff if you have any questions or comments or thoughts. Feel free to review that.
Sweet. Okay. Holiday garland and bows.
All right. So I just wanted to give you guys a brief update that the holiday garland and bows are on schedule. So we did order them immediately from Bronner's following our last meeting. We will continue to keep you updated. The one caveat I had was that so you guys approved the $2,503, and then Bronner's just wanted to make me aware that there's probably going to be a little less than $100 delivery fee for all of these things. So I will make you aware of that. I'm not concerned about it from a financial level, but I wanted to make you aware that there's probably going to be one final expenditure towards this project. So probably going to be around $100 or less. If I have the final invoice before the next subcommittee meetings, I will just ask one of the subcommittees to consider approval of that. But I wanted to let you know that there's going to be one final cost.
Great.
Then plugging right away, if you'd like me to move on, the 2020 Downtown East Lansing Toys for Tots campaign is underway. So it was interesting that before Halloween, we were sending stuff about the holidays, but that's just kind of the nature of life right now. So we do have 5 businesses right now that have signed up for Toys for Tots. We've sent a couple of emails. We are registering businesses just through a simple Survey Monkey. So we're going to continue to, I think that now that, Halloween has ended and our photo contest has ended, you're going to see some promotion on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram about it. But if you are interested in serving as a collection site, please go to the Survey Monkey link and sign up. We have already ordered boxes from the Toys for Tots distribution centers, so you are going to see those forthcoming. But if you guys can, help spread the word as we start to get social media posts out, that would be great. On average, we usually have about 18 to 20 businesses serve as collection sites. So I know there's a lot going on right now, but I think that our kind of internal goal as staff is to still have, about that many service collection locations. So.
I think I may have accidentally deleted that email. If you could resend, we're happy to do it. I know that we don't bring in a ton of toys, but
I would be happily do it. And City Hall also serves as a collection site, so we will receive hopefully permission from the city manager's office to support those as well.
Yeah, you can sign us up for one.
All right.
Amy, you can put me on that list too, but I'm just going to use Meg's bin because I don't have space for it on my side. So.
Okay. I think Meg already signed up for 2.
Okay.
Let's bring you 4.
Yeah, I'll walk it over to her side. I mean, people can drop it off with me and then I'll just.
Perfect.
Combine. Okay.
Okay. But I'll sign it up as you. Perfect.
That'd be great.
Okay. So I'm going to add Harper's Seams and MSU FCU.
Crunchies, not MSU FCU. That was Mike.
Oh, sorry. It was Mike. Sorry. I should have been listening to who I was.
Thanks, Chanel.
Emma Crunchies. Got it. Okay. Harper's Seams and Crunchies. If I have any other takers, don't hesitate to call or text me and we will sign you up. But I will certainly sign up these 3 and we'll continue to do some, heavier outreach for the next week or so.
Great.
So tell your fellow businesses to sign up so that we can
drop off
the
toys.
Containers. Yes, and drop off toys. So sorry guys, if I sit here too long, my lights go out. So
no problem.
Cracks me up every time.
I know. Sorry, guys. I guess I just need to move more, but I feel awkward talking to you and like going like this. But here we go. I know. I just need to.
Jazz hands, Amy. Jazz hands. Just,
Just jazz hands
Yeah.
right over my sensor.
It happens to me when I use conference room A too. So, it's super professional.
That's fun in a council meeting. Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
even better. That's even better.
Alrighty. 6.1, marketing synopsis.
So I believe that we have covered a great deal of what was already discussed today. A lot of that committee focused on both the holiday decorations. They did approve up to $500 for social media promotion for Black Friday that's going to come up. So probably in the next week, you're going to see registration for that as well. We will encourage businesses to share their promotion. Doesn't necessarily need to be a deal or discount, but perhaps it's a promotion that they would like us to place on the webpage. And then, we will share that on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram platforms. They also approved up to $500 for the purchases of masks. So RetroDuck is currently printing some, stay safe, stay open mask verbiage with the DMB logo, and we're going to give those out for free. Our hope is that our mask ambassadors will be able to start distributing those by this Friday. So there were only a couple hundred that we ordered at this time, but we will certainly keep you updated. And if those are a hot item, that's something that we might want to continue, pushing or promoting during the holiday season. Obviously, intent of that is to just kind of reward good behavior, market the downtown a little bit, and just kind of share with folks that, we're trying to support them as best we can. They did discuss the MacDonald broadcasting. We already talked about that today. And the final thing that they did was discuss the Lansing Chamber of Commerce Small Business Crawl. So for that, the Chamber of Commerce is going to host a small business crawl 1 week in November, 2 weeks in December. And so the Downtown Management Board at the Business Relations Committee, actually just a moment ago, they approved up to $500 in sponsorship towards that. And we will actually have our logo on like the pub crawl. I shouldn't call it a pub crawl, but like a small business crawl. I just think of it as like a pub crawl stamp sheet, if that makes sense to everybody, like a card. The Business Relations Committee, I think that we have probably discussed almost everything to date. At this time, as I mentioned before, they are not interested in any events for Winter Glow, given the COVID-19 situation, but I know that we discussed a little bit today about the holiday market. I know that we're talking about this downtown gift card program. So I think that there's hopefully going to be a lot of positive things that we can promote during the holiday season that are of benefit to the downtown. They also determined, to continue to, promote the photo contest. And as I mentioned, they provided up to $500 for the small crawl event. So any questions about the subcommittees?
Chanel, do you have your Christmas tree up already?
Yes. I knew somebody was going to see that when I walked by.
I like it.
Well, 2020, this is my opinion on it. Why dim the Christmas season to a short period of time when 2020 has been a dumpster fire. Let's just like, live up in the Christmas decor and holiday music for as long as possible.
Mike, if you were to go in my living room, my box is out. I've not put it up yet because my house is under construction, but my box is out. So I'm gonna back Chanel on this a little bit. I'm gonna back her. So, and with that, maybe Caleb's gonna.
I wasn't knocking it. I was just pointing it out and curious.
I know you were.
To be honest, there's 2 of them up already. This year we went for 2 trees instead of 1.
I haven't gotten that far. All right. And with that, with the holiday spirit in mind, maybe Caleb will put up a tree for us in a parking garage. I don't know, but I'm going to hand it over to Caleb for parking updates. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Sharo.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? Long time no see. Everybody's favorite topic of parking. I figured I'd give you all some updates. So we have some counts that we just did, our biannual counts. In the parking system, there's 3,186 parking spaces. Counts utilization summary from October of last month was overall average utilization was down 33% from 2019. The peak utilization time occupancy of the system was 39%, which was around dinner time, around 6 p.m. Compared to the year prior, which peak occupancy was 54% for 2019, and that was around lunchtime. Just a little summary of timeline of things that we've done since the pandemic began. All gated lots had hourly free parking mid-March through May. We did then transition to 2 hours of free parking in the gated lots for June, and then 30 minutes of grace period for all gated lots, July through mid-August. And I think we've talked about it before, but grace period is where you pull in and then pull out. And as long as you're in and out in that time frame, then your transaction is free. And then we transitioned to 15 minutes grace period in all gated lots mid-August until now. So a little history on that part also is that prior to pandemic closure, we were at a 5-minute grace period. So now we're at a 15-minute grace period. There's plenty of discount monthly parking permits available in downtown. There's currently 584 that we're offering in all the garages. So we have plenty of parking available, and that goes for hourly parking as well. Couple of facility updates. Albert Lot 4 next to Dublin is going to go offline for MSU FCU. I'm sure you guys are all aware of that, but just in case you aren't, that'll be happening in the next probably couple of months. That lot will go offline. Evergreen Lot 8 by People's Church. That will temporarily go offline for utility work, or is most likely going to temporarily go offline for utility work and redesign. City Hall West Lot 15 will temporarily go offline for utility work as well. That's across Abbott. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Caleb. When is Lot 8 going offline?
Oh, we don't know yet. I think that's going to City Council for a for sure decision this month. It just sounds like that might be where we're tracking. So we're not exactly sure yet. But I'm sure there'll be notifications going out about that once the decision's made. Deferred maintenance, we are currently deferring, obviously our budget's in a bad spot, just like a lot of people are experiencing. We're currently deferring our annual deck wash downs, annual window washing, monthly stairwell wash downs. We're just doing spot cleaning. And we had a $500,000 capital repairs project I was planning for this summer. Obviously, we are currently deferring that. Budget struggles continue with less traffic downtown. So we have fixed expenses, land lease, condo dues, debt service, legacy costs, service contracts, utility staffing, all that fun stuff we're trying to sort through. So we're doing less ambassador staffing. Those are the customer service parking ambassadors. And we're at 3/4 management staff right now. So that's basically the gist of it. Parking Task Force has a meeting next week to dive a little deeper into the budget and some of our situations that we're facing, and hopefully help come up with some recommendations for the future. Another thing to note is that the Charles Garage Northwest elevator is currently out of service. Parts should be shipping for that in the next week or two. That's all the fun news I've got. So I know it's not great, but anybody have any questions for me?
Will those who have permits in Lot 8 be, I don't know, getting refunds or get a discount for the ability to not park there?
Yes, we'll definitely figure out one way or another, accommodating in another facility or doing refunds. Hopefully we can plan this so if it does get approved to happen and we move forward, that it happens nice and cleanly at the end of a month, and I can notify people at least 2 weeks, if not more, in advance that we need to move people around to different facilities. That's the most I've got for right now.
What is the rumor about free parking in December?
Haven't heard that rumor, Ray.
Well, maybe we should start one now. You made any decisions on?
That was a good effort, Ray.
I had to try. Any decisions made on parking in December?
There have not been any discussions further than the usual, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I think those are the dates.
Well, with the students being gone from Thanksgiving on, to the most part, there's going to be a lot of parking spots available. I suspect even more. But anything we can do to draw people downtown, I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yep, I'm sure that's something that Parking Task Force is going to be discussing anyways to try to figure out our budget woes and a path forward. And I'm sure that's an item that's going to come up.
Yeah, I agree with Caleb. I think that's something we can add, Ray, to the Parking Task Force agenda. And they can, because I know that they're going to do a deep dive into the budget right now and what,
Thank you.
What might be appropriate. So I can request that that be added to the agenda. Okay. Thank you, Caleb. We appreciate
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Good
you for
to
the
see y'all.
updates.
Thank you.
Bubble company.
So I think in terms of development updates, I don't personally really have anything new in regards to Center City or Park District. Center City, I know that we talked about last month, Jolly Pumpkin is now open. I am not aware of anything new going into that space, but I will certainly keep you updated. Park District, the Walgreens, I see them kind of making progress every day as I walk by or drive by. So they're kind of working through that site. And as far as MSU FCU goes, if all of the paperwork is approved, that site is ideally going to break ground in January of 2021. If anyone has any specific questions, I'm happy to try to answer them or refer them off to another staff member and try to get you those questions answered. Any questions for me? Okay. All right. I think Chanel might have frozen. Oh no, she is here.
I'm here.
She had frozen.
Okay. DDA liaison report.
Mr. Kruger, not to put
Well,
John on the spot, but Mr.
probably
Kruger,
me, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see. What did we talk about? There was. I know we mainly spoke about the business support programming funding that we approved at $75,000. I know that we extended the Evergreen project, the River Caddis proposal for, I believe, another 90 days-ish. Might be a little bit more than that, I can't recall, to allow them to do their due diligence and figure out what's going on, whether or not they can basically secure an anchor tenant is really what it comes down to. I believe we authorized some repairs for the fireplace there in Ann Street Plaza. I'm trying to think. There's something with the ordinance 1492. I think we just approved like a bunch of changes that were recommended for us to approve to ordinance 1492, which basically talks about how the zoning code, it talks about how everything can be built downtown, more or less.
Great.
I think that's it. Does anybody
That's
else?
all I have for you today. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I will make that motion.
Second.
I will do a roll call vote. Crouch,
Yes.
Kruger,
Yes.
Quinn,
Yes.
Walsh,
Yes.
Yonkus. I think Audrey might have hopped off. Houston,
Yes.
Greg.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody, especially on election day and everybody's busy. So thank you very much. And Business Relations Committee members, you can expect to receive an email from me soon about meeting earlier in the month.
Would you be thinking like next week or the week after?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking either the latter end of next week or the beginning of the following week. I'll just try to work with the Yiftee gift card representatives time if that works for people. Are there certain days?
Feel free to take care of the photos also while you're in it. So, yeah.
Well, we made a motion to send that to marketing. That's you. Okay, great. Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
so excited about this.
I prefer if they're before 3 o'clock, because
Before
if not, then you get special appearances like every other meeting.
Yeah, I'll try to stick to 1 o'clock, our normal meeting time for business relations. Thank you all. Happy election day. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Ray.